I think the interest in Rodrygo is real. I think Arsenal admire the player. Who doesn't? Most of Europe does. And I think Arsenal do look at him as the type of player that, were he to become available, he's the level of player that they would simply need to be in the mix for. They would simply need to be in the mix for him. But I am reluctant to believe some of the reporting over the past 24 hours. There's been so much to the effect of Rodrigo's not happy. Xabi Alonso's told him he's not part of his plans. Rodrigo's been posting things on social media that don't exactly suggest that he's got the hump and don't exactly point to him being so disillusioned with life at Real Madrid that he's desperate and pushing for a move. However, things can change. I said it from the very beginning when these rumors first surfaced. We only get Rodrygo if Rodrygo really wants to leave Real Madrid. But finally got his kind of big move over to Europe and to Real Madrid specifically, the biggest club on the planet. That's not something he's going to want to just give up. And even if there was a feeling of underappreciation and a frustration under Carlo Ancelotti, well, he's not the manager anymore. Xabi Alonso might be giving a completely different message to Rodrygo. He might feel valued. He might feel cherished. He might feel like he's got a huge role and part to play in Xabi Alonso's new iteration of Los Blancos. To do this deal, people have been saying, well, at Madrid, it's not the manager that calls all the shots, and that someone like Florentino Perez could easily turn around tomorrow and say to Xabi Alonso, sorry, we're selling Rodrygo. We need the money, or we want the money to fund X deal. Real Madrid might turn around at some point and go, Rodrigo's better as a left winger. We've got Vinicius Jr. and we've got Kylian Mbappe, who quite likes to play from that position as well. We don't really need to keep a hold of Rodrygo, especially when there's a club out there that are willing to pay 70, 80 million quid to sign him. I just think this is so heavily dependent on the player, and none of the messages that we're getting from the player, whether that be directly or indirectly via social media posts or whatever, suggest that he's miserable and fed up of life at Real Madrid and desperate for a move. So on that basis, I don't see this as a deal that's imminent.